If I were to tell you, find, you know, list a couple people in your life that you truly care about, that you see them as either a friend or maybe something more. Try to list them out. Maybe you have five people that come up into your head. Maybe it's three people. Maybe it's one person. You know, do you have expectations for those people because you give so much of yourself towards them, because you are friendly towards them? And in my 19 years of living on this earth, I always live my life with expectations and things that I wanted to accomplish, expectations with those that I surround myself with, and expectations with people that I like, and those that I want to be in relationships with. Now, it isn't wrong to live life with expectations, but it does become a problem when those expectations are too high. And this was the case for me. I always expected things to become better. I always expected people to reciprocate the same amount of energy that I gave them. And having these high expectations for people leads to disappointment. It leads to delusion. It takes away the idea of, perspective, and realizing the way every person's heart is different. Every way a person will show their care and affection, or how they assume is the correct way of responding back to you, is different. And I'm a victim of this, especially if I am interested in someone. I used to expect people to reciprocate the same amount of energy that I would give them. I think this is a very normal behavior, but when those expectations of me giving so much for that to that person and them not reciprocating that energy back, it would affect me much more on a mental level. And honestly, having expectations leads you to creating fake depictions of that person, having fake scenarios, of that person you truly like. You start putting them on a much higher pedestal and assuming that they are going to talk with you the same way you talk with them. That this is very prominent issue that is highlighted a lot within our current generation, and the idea of texting culture, becoming too attached, needing constant reassurance or messaging to actually be in a relationship with that person. And the thing is, not everyone can meet that expectation of being able to consistently talk. And and especially for me, when I would fall into a problem like that, it was very uncomfortable because I wouldn't understand why. Wouldn't understand why do I give so much of myself just for that person to act like they don't care, or act like I am not putting an effort towards them. And I think these problems have been extremely normalized, and this is just a flawed way about going about life. But regardless, expectations are not only an issue found within relationships, it is also very prominent in how you live your own life. Every person around you has their own goals, has their own achievements, aspirations, something they want to accomplish in their lifetime. But the idea of not meeting expectations for yourself and becoming very consumed by that failure or setback can heavily affect how you see yourself and how much it can mentally affect you. And this really all leads back to the idea of having high expectations. You shouldn't live your life with high expectations for anyone or anything. You need to be able to satisfy yourself in stages. Stop rushing towards the end goal. Stop rushing life. Don't look at social media and expect that you are supposed to meet that criteria and meet that standard. You know, Life is a process, and if you're going to assume that you're going to get 100% out of something or 100% out of someone, that is just never going to happen. But yeah, that's just my app for today. I'll see y'all next time.